food delivery driver asked me, "Ma'am, are you alone right now? My husband's on the way home." I lied, immediately feeling nervous from his question. The delivery driver held my Chinese food, peeking into my house. "What does your husband look like?" he asked. "Sorry, listen, I have a movie to catch. Here's an extra tip." I pushed a $5 bill at him and reached for my food. "But what does he look like?" He pressed more desperately, his tone making all the hair on the back of my neck stand up straight. I grabbed my food and practically slammed the door in his face before turning the deadbolt. Now, I know weird people deliver food all the time, but I wasn't ready to become a true crime story that people make YouTube videos about. But 20 minutes later, just as I'd forgotten all about him, I walked into the kitchen to get some ice cream and noticed that his car was still parked on the street with the engine running. When his eyes met mine through the window, I closed the blinds in a panic and fell to the floor, covering my mouth. My phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "This is your delivery driver. Where is your husband? Are you still by yourself right now?" I didn't respond, but my hands were shaking. Another text came through immediately. "Please answer. It's important." Through a crack in the blinds, I watched him get out of his car and walk back toward my house. The pounding of my heart filled my ears. I crawled around, turning off all the lights, closing all the blinds on the first floor. Then, a third text. "Come outside." 2 words that made my spine tingle. I heard his footsteps on my front porch, gently knocking like he didn't want to scare me even more than I already was. "Annabelle," he said, voice calm and eerie. "Annabelle, I know you're in there. Please come out." I couldn't take it anymore and figured if I threatened him with the cops, he'd leave. I stupidly opened the door just a crack with the chain still on. "You need to leave or I'm calling the police." Before I could react, his hand shot through the gap and unhooked the chain. He grabbed my arm and dragged me out of my house. I tried to scream, but he was already throwing me into his backseat and slamming the door. I tried to leave, but the child lock trapped me inside. I kicked at the window weakly, even screamed as he calmly got into the driver's seat. He reached down and pulled out a baseball bat that he set in the passenger seat. "Call the cops," he told me. "What?" I said, suddenly thrown so far off all the panic drained from my body in an instant. "Call the cops now." He repeated it while staring straight ahead at my house. His hands were on the steering wheel and he wasn't even looking at me. I fumbled with my phone and dialed 911. "There's a delivery driver and he grabbed me and forced me into his car." I told the dispatcher, but even as I said it, something felt wrong. Why would he want me to call? The bat was sitting in the passenger seat, but he wasn't threatening me with it. He was just watching my house like he was waiting for something. "Ma'am, where are you now?" the dispatcher asked. "I'm in his car outside my house on Maple Street, but he's not driving anywhere. He's just sitting here, watching my house." I looked at his face, then traced his gaze back to the second floor of my house. I gasped when I saw it. A man moving from room to room. My blood went cold. "There's someone in my house." My voice came out as a whisper. "I'm outside with the delivery driver, and there's an intruder in my home." I hung up the phone and looked at the driver. "Is this why you asked me if I was alone?" He looked at me, his face full of concern, not violence. "I saw him climb through your attic vent when I pulled up with your food. I thought maybe it was a teenager sneaking back in, but when I saw you, I knew you were too young for that. When I asked about your husband and you told me he was still out, I got worried," he explained. "All this time, this man was trying to warn me. I tried to get you to come outside, but you wouldn't listen. I couldn't let you stay in there with him, so I had to grab you." Just then, police cars came screaming down my street, surrounding my home. The man inside tried to run out the back, but they were waiting for him. They tackled him on my lawn, his bright orange jumpsuit visible. The cops told me later he was an escaped convict who'd broken out of prison transport 2 hours earlier after killing a guard. He'd been hiding in my attic while I ate Chinese food below him, probably waiting for me to fall asleep. The delivery driver saved my life by literally dragging me from danger I didn't even know was there. I tried to thank him, but he just shrugged. "No problem, it's what delivery personnel are trained to do." "Wait, what?"